I've been asked to help this hairstylist out. And maybe I'll help the sharpener out that did these shears. But let me let you know what's going on. You might hear a lot of noise in the background today. It's a busy day. But I got to get these done and sent back to this lady. She's got a problem. This is the little note she wrote me. And it said, I took shears to, I won't say his name. And he's Bonika qualified to work on shears. Let me talk about that. I tell everybody they can use their local sharpener. It will not void their warranty. So that means that any sharpener technically is qualified. That doesn't mean they've been trained by me or that they're a good sharpener. So this person, I looked him up because she gave me his name and the name of his business. He might be watching this video. I don't know. I don't think he's one that watches a lot of my videos because I haven't seen his name in the comments. But he's ordered from us a few times. He's never ordered any shears. I don't have any record of him buying equipment or training. Mystie said the name rang a bell, so he might have been at one of the sharpening conventions I was at and took a class with me. I don't know. But anyway, regardless, the stylist says, I am not satisfied. I'm not satisfied with the way he sharpened my shears. They're noisy and cut no better than they did before I took them to him. He sharpened another brand, and I am satisfied with his work. So it's not like everything he's doing is wrong. Please sharpen. She said she paid $45 for sharpening. Oh, that's to me. I thought it was to him. So I don't know what she paid him. She paid $45 to me for sharpening, and she wants me to test her texturizing shears, and if they need it to sharpen them, and bill her. So let's take a look at these shears. Oh, so for switch up, I'm going to sharpen on my Sharpening Junior, which is our less expensive machine that normally I tell people they need to stand up to sharpen, but you're going to see I'm going to sit down because I do everything sitting down if I can. These have been changed into a beveled edge. They should have been convex. I don't know what they looked like before he got them. I don't hear a lot of noise. But maybe what she's talking about is they're not that sharp of an edge. I don't know what angle he did them at. But it's not that sharp of an edge, and maybe that's why they're noisy. No nicks left, but it's just... It looks like a blunt edge, and it's beveled. I don't think he's got a flat hung, which that may be what he needs. So let's see what we're starting with. This is my secret testing paper. And I think I'm going to call it crocodile paper because it's rough. It does bite you in the you-know-what if you were to use it for what toilet paper is made for. But so they don't, actually they do cut wet, but not very good. They're kind of raggedy. Do you see that? See, they're raggedy. One of the other tests I've been doing here lately for shears just to see how sharp they are. So it cuts hair without pushing, but you see how it's ripping the hair? It's ripping it out of the base up here. It's not cutting it. Let me do the other side so you can see what I'm talking about. See, it's not cutting the hair. It's ripping it out of the base up here. So it's just not a sharp edge. Let's just take them apart and sharpen them in my normal, everyday way. This is a Bonika Shear. We no longer make these. I'm going to color them in with my edge marker. And I'm going to have to go with something a lot coarser than my worn 800 that I normally do. There's a worn 400. But I thought you'd like to see me sharpen these on the Sharpening Junior. Same plates, interchangeable between the two Sharpenings. This is a stone that it's past time for flattening. Got some teenage labor in the background, and Misty's giving instructions to. You might see him pass through here. And in spite of what some people ask, no, he's not family, but he feels like family. Most everybody that ends up coming through our doors is, we consider them family, and they end up feeling like family. Next week should be interesting because for the first time we actually have a barbering school that's coming through here as a tour. I mean, we usually go to the cosmetology schools, but this will be one that they're coming here. Maybe I'll shoot some live video of them here. If you'd like to see that, put it in the comments. Yeah, anytime you've got questions or comments or suggestions of things you'd like to see, put it below. Now, what I'm looking for here is the red gone, and do I have a ride line there? And it looks wimpy right up here, but it's good enough. It is really wimpy there. I might need to work it some more. Maybe it's not good enough. Now, you see how I work it on the corner? And then blend it all the way through. Yep, doorbell's going. Told you it was a busy day today. A lot of new items coming in. We've got some new shears. Had some cases we were out of came in.
You can get 8 of them. You can get 8 of these yellow baskets.
They'll stack one on top of the other? Okay, good. Jean's measuring the car. We have a hair show to go to. And we've got these yellow tubs that we love. And we've got a new car. And we wanted to see how many of those tubs we could get in the car. But yeah, 8 tubs should be enough to get everything we need, Jean.
Sure.
So that's good news. And then Jay will bring his own sharpening stuff. Jay always sharpens at the Birmingham show. Of course, this is the last year for the Birmingham Hair Show. It's kind of sad to see that go. Maybe somebody will bring it back. Alright, so this is 400. I've already got my clamp set on 45. And my new way of turning this on, I'm still getting used to the Sharpening Junior, and that's one of the reasons I want to use it today, is I just have it set on and I have it go in the direction I want to, which is forward, and then I just turn the speed up because it's easier for me to just adjust it that way. And I actually rock it into position. And I'm going to feel for the burr. I know a lot of people watch for the burr, but I like to feel for it. I don't have it at the very, very tippy tip. And I think I need a little bit more of a convexy shape too. Got to burr all the way down. I'm going to try to get a little bit better reconvex there in the back. I'll get all those scratches out in a little bit. Now, since this clamp is a little bit more fiddly than my other clamp, I think I'm going to leave this running and switch back the blades back and forth. There's a few modifications I do in using the Sharpening Junior over the Sharpening HD. I'm a little bit more comfortable now sitting down to sharpen. If you're one that looks for the burr rather than feeling for it, this may be your better way of sharpening than the HD. I don't feel burr back in here good. I do all the way down. It's been my philosophy, unless you've got deep nicks, if you sharpen till you see the burr, you've probably taken off too much metal, and your ride line might be gone. You might have to put a ride line back on. Let me do a little bit more convexy shape. So this was a 400 grit that was slightly worn. So I'm going to switch this down to a worn 800. I think this is one of those plates I haven't trimmed off good. I get all the leftover stuff. And I'm looking to see if that looks convexy again. And it does. When I polish it, it should look better. No, I'm not staying at the edge because I've got my burr. I'm just wanting this to look better. Oh. So I've removed the burr off the inside. I want to go to polishing. This is one of those do as I say, not as I do. You see where my polishing pad was back here? I shouldn't have had it there because I really want to keep the grit from falling on it, which I didn't manage to do. This is a felt pad. As you see, it's pretty worn. I'm going to spray it again because I got a good many scratches I need to get out. And then some polish. Putting more on than I usually should because I left a lot of scratches on here. Now I'm moving my clamp up. It was set at 45. I'm going to move it up to like about 46 because I don't want to roll over my sharp edge. That may have been part of his problem because they definitely weren't sharp. They ripped the hair, didn't they? And I don't have to be in a hurry. I can just slowly work my way to the edge. I do want to go all the way to the edge where it's clamped in because that'll remove any outside burr I might have created when I did that, remove the inside burr. Those of you that are new to sharpening and you're saying, what is a burr? What is she talking about? Well, when you remove metal, when you're sharpening, whether you're sharpening knives or scissors or axes or whatever, there'll always be some of the metal that'll curl up on the opposite side of the side you're working. And that's called the burr. Get this down a little bit here. You want to create a burr and you want to remove a burr. Those of you that have been sharpening knives and looking at getting into shears, even though there's a lot of things that are different, creating a burr, removing a burr, that stays the same. A burr's your friend, the burr's your enemy. I guess like fire. That's not a pretty polish. Let me see if I can get a little bit better. This little machine will go pretty fast. I'm just freehanding it, but I'm staying away from the edge to get a little bit nicer. That 400 grit was a little bit rough on these shears. Okay, that looks better. I've often said I've never had anybody complain about their shears not being shiny enough. But I do want all the grit and dust and polish off of them. So now, let's put them back together. As I said, she said they were noisy before. I didn't hear the noise, but maybe what she's hearing is that they were ripping the hair instead of cutting the hair. Noise usually is a factor of the ride line being gone. And the ride line was there. Oh, I'm putting the screw in upside down. Did you see that? And I'm putting them together with them open. First cut, I'm going to cut paper, maybe the double ply tissue. And I'm actually cutting. Then I check the adjustment. Those feel nice. Okay, you remember how they cut before? Let's see how they cut now. Hands are shaky today. Too much coffee. Cut nice. Let's see how they cut hair. Now remember before they didn't push the hair. Where's my little piece of hair? Where did it go? Alright, I gave myself 12 pieces of hair. We sell these, so I guess I can afford to give myself one. So, do you remember before when I had the one blade and I was coming in here? Ah, you see? You see how that's cutting the hair? You see what I'm talking about? That's a sharp blade. The other one, it was ripping it out from up there. And it cuts without pushing. I think she'll be happy with these. So 2 people you don't want to be today. You don't want to be the hairstylist that gave her shears to someone that she assumed would be able to sharpen her shears because they can sharpen her other shears, and they probably weren't convex edges. And they're not cutting right. She had to send them to me. You don't want to be that person, and you don't want to be that sharpener. So if you're a shear sharpener and you feel like there is a little level of movement to become better, I know I'm in that category. I know I can be better. I'm going to a sharpening convention in a few weeks. I'm one of the speakers. I'll be learning from the other presenters as well. But we do training, advanced training. And if you're not using a flat hone to do shears, now that we've got a less expensive one, the little Cymac Junior, I mean, you really don't have an excuse. So let's get out there, do a good job, and don't let your customers complain about your sharpening. I don't want to have to be reading your name and coming across to me.